Let's take a few minutes and look at some of the things that we can do with these markers that were created for us using the Camtasia Studio PowerPoint add-in. The first thing we want to do is we want to click this drop-down menu here and select Show Marker View. That way we can see all the markers that were created. I want to look at a couple of things here. First of all of our markers have automatically been named for us. But where did these names come from? If we jump back to our PowerPoint presentation, it's pretty clear to see where some of the markers came from. They're the titles of each of our slides. But what about the markers for the first and last slide? They're only listing California, but our name is clearly Explore California. Well, if we look a little bit closer and we click on the word Explore, we can see that the word Explore is a separate text box, and the word California is the actual title for the slide. The same thing occurs in our final slide, where Explore is one text box and California is the actual title for the slide. Let's go ahead and jump back over to Camtasia Studio, and we can see that reflected here as well. Let's go ahead and fix this problem by renaming our marker. We can do that by right-clicking on the marker and selecting Rename. Now, we can simply type in Explore, and now our marker is named properly. We can do the same thing for the last slide. We can right-click on it and select Rename. We can use the left arrow key to jump to the beginning of our text and then type in Explore there. Now, each of our markers are named properly for the corresponding portion of the video. Why is this important? Well, when we go to produce and share our final video, Camtasia Studio is going to use these marker names to name our chapters and create a clickable index for our presentation. So it's important to make sure that your markers are named properly. The next thing that we can do with our markers is if we were going in to do some more editing on our project, we could use each of our markers to go ahead and split our final video clips down here at the location of those markers. This can be very helpful if we're going to go in and maybe swap out a particular slide or we need to do some detailed editing. In order to split the video at each of the markers, all you need to do is go up to the Edit menu, go down to Markers, and then select Split at All Markers. Now you can see that our timeline has been split into individual clips at each marker location. And if we needed to, we could go in and edit those individually. Speaking of editing, let's do just a little bit of cleanup. Here at the beginning, we'll need to trim off a little bit of our audio. So let's go ahead and zoom into our timeline here. And then using our in and out points, we'll make a selection that will start our video just before our audio comes in. After making that selection, we'll simply use the Cut tool to get rid of that bit of audio. We can then scrub our timeline down to the end by dragging this slider, and then using the selection handles, select the ending of our video, and go ahead and use the Cut tool to get rid of that audio as well. Now, our video is looking in good shape. Our markers are all in place, and our video has been edited down to the proper size. In the next movie, we'll go ahead and export this video out and create our table of contents and look at our finished product.